Okay. Well, hello, everyone. Today is Saturday, April the 8th, and we are continuing our study of healing with the chakras. So, Harriott, would you like to take it away?
I will.
Just a second. Let me get my notebook before we start.
Okay,
I apologize.
no problem.
I'm kind of sort of ready. Let's put it like that. mostly sort of. Okay, I'm ready now.
Ditto. Ditto. Oh, man.
All right.
Oh, okay. Before we get started, let us close our eyes. Take a deep breath, breathing in all of the positive energy, giving us the strength and the energy that we need to deliver this lesson today. Breathing in health, wealth, and positivity. And as we exhale disease, lack, and negativity. And give us the tools, the knowledge, the understanding, and the wisdom to absorb the lessons for this day. And we send love, light, and blessings to all of our sisters and brothers in Inner Haven, and all of those that are our friends, neighbors, relatives. And remembering that our neighbor is not just the person that lives next door, but it could be the enemy down the street. Send them light, love, and blessing. And with that, we ask that it be so, and so it is.
That was
Okay,
beautiful. Thank you.
thank you. First of all, we are going to continue where we left off the last time. And we were actually talking about the different levels of the chakras. And we were at level 4. And actually in these different levels, we're actually comparing or showing the parallels, there's a better way of putting it, between the chakras, the 7 chakras, the 7 sacraments of Christianity, and the 7 levels of the Sephira or the tree of knowledge that we have been studying in the Kabbalah. And we left off with level 5. So today we start with level 6. And it's the merging of the chakra of the mind, which is the third eye, the sacrament of ordination in Christianity, and the Sephiro of Bina and Hokmah. Am I pronouncing that correct, Penelope?
Close enough. I think so.
Okay.
But you know what? I have us just I'm sorry. I must have missed it because I just have us with the throat chakra number 4.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what I said. I wrote down 4, but it's 5. Okay, I see.
It's 5, yeah.
It's just me.
Yeah.
It's just me.
Okay. Okay. The power created by these 4 archetypal forces transmits into our systems the sacred teaching, seek only the truth. From the mind chakra, we receive the energy to search for answers to the mysteries we encounter. It is by divine design that we ask why and want to know more today than we did yesterday. Part of my morning prayer. The energy pulsating from the chakra continually directs us to evaluate the truth and integrity of our beliefs. As we instinctively know from birth to have faith in anything or in anyone that lacks integrity contaminates our spirits and bodies. We will all encounter circumstances that cause us to change our beliefs and thereby come closer to truth. We mature in our beliefs step by step, experience after experience. And that is so true. The energy from the sixth chakra is relentlessly pushing us to let go of perceptions that are untrue. When we act against this energy, consciously blocking deeper truths from entering our mental field, our perceptual system clouds over. The sacrament of ordination, in the literal sense, is the act of being made a priest and officially taking up the life task of channeling the sacred. We all want our contributions to other people's lives to be valuable and meaningful, feeling that what we do is sacred. In Buddhism, this is called right livelihood. No matter our life's task, healer, parent, scientist, farmer, good friend, whatever, we can become vessels for divine energy. Symbolically, we attain ordination when those with whom we live or work recognize that the contributions we make are beneficial to their personal or spiritual growth. Striving to become supportive and non-judgmental of the people with whom we live or work also creates a channel within us for divine energy. People who radiate this supportiveness and love are rightly recognized as possessing ordained energy. Interesting. They are vessels of divine intervention. Each one of us has the potential to become such a divine channel to be of service to others by reflecting sacred energy, which is a contemporary definition of priesthood. Never thought of myself that way. To help us become this kind of vessel of divine energy and action, the sephira of Hakma transfer into our system the impulse to invoke the assistance of divine wisdom into our reasoning abilities, particularly at times when human logic seems to lead nowhere. Hakma helps us to learn balance, reason, and judgment, to keep us aligned with truth, and to make decisions that create the best consequences for ourselves and those with whom we interact. Supporting the energy of Hakma is the Sephira of Binah, pulsating into the often hard-edged energy of human reasoning, the softer, more emotionally linked power of divine understanding. Excuse me, just a second.
Mm-hmm.
The combination of Hakma and Binah is meant to serve as an internal guidance system, inspiring us to transcend the limitations of human thought and reach, like the biblical figure of Solomon, of mental clarity that allowed divine reasoning to merge with our own thought process. The more we can release or learn tendency to judge, wait a minute, let me read that. The more we can release our learned tendency to judge, the more we open our minds to a quality of understanding that is divine in origin. Human reasoning can never answer the mysteries of our lives. It can never explain the complexity of why things happen as they do. We can achieve a genuine sense of peace about life only by releasing our need to know why things happen in terms of human reasoning and by embracing divine reasoning. Let me know what I'm able to know and trust that behind all events, no matter how painful, there is a reason from which good can come. Questions, comments?
Well, excuse me. It just,
Must be
first of all, it just seems like everything that we do is in such, it's like interwoven,
Mhm.
when you think of, this is the third eye, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah, the third eye.
and when there, you said some things that were, that I hadn't really considered, and I didn't write it all down, but just being this, this is a part of the sacrament of ordination, and that just means that we are purposefully allowing our beings to be filled and to be that channel of spirit.
Exactly. And what struck me about that was, and she even states it, that when I think about ordination, I think about some high church official being, ordained into the office, for which they have been charged. And not seeing myself as being ordinated.
Ordained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ordained, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and although we have always heard that our body is our temple, it really makes a difference when you live like that. When you live like, this vessel that, is here, that I call myself, is the purpose, and you had, well, you had read it and she had stated it, but I can't state it back. But when you live like that, it's how we allow divinity to express itself through us. And the more I am living it, the more I see it through my third eye everywhere. It's kind of like the Matrix, when you would see how they saw the Matrix.
Right. Yeah.
How they saw the Matrix.
Yeah.
When we understand that it's always there and we can always see it and it's recognizable.
Exactly.
Even if even if it's disguised at some way, it's still, well, not so much disguised, but masked.
It's or subtle.
So
Yeah, it's subtle, and sometimes it takes a little bit longer to actually see
right
whatever that truth is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something that crossed my mind as you were speaking, and I've forgotten how what it was. But it's to me, the whole thing is just so fascinating. That, and based on that discussion that we had on Thursday, I have a difficult time understanding why people just can't be reasonable. But when we were talking a little bit earlier and you were listening, you could hear what was going on in the background. They were talking about, well, they were just confining, what's the word I'm trying to say? They were just, can't even think of the word now, but they were just confirming, that's the word.
Okay.
Confirming all of the things that we have talked about and discussed in our discussions and lessons in Inner Haven, you know, and especially, and like I said, Andre would have been very much in tune to what was being discussed, because they were actually talking about a lot of the lost books and information that has been left out. And it just amazes me how all of this kind of overlaps.
Right, yeah, because it's only one truth.
It is. It's
only one truth.
Now ain't that the truth? Oh, oh, any other comments or thoughts that you want to share?
Yeah, probably because I was so busy listening that I didn't get a chance to, you know, I couldn't capture the, you know, conceptualize the thought and write it down at the same time. So
you like me, can't you come and walk at the same time?
Yeah, so yeah, we can go on. Probably I will, you know, it'll come back to me.
Okay.
Yeah, because that one was a lot. It really was a lot.
Yeah.
But it was so familiar. It was so familiar.
That's what I'm saying. You know, you study one, you're concentrating on one thing, but it takes you back to something else that you were in another area that you've already, you know, talked about, discussed, or whatever.
Yeah. And I would assume that this might be what, when people speak like 7 and 8 languages, this is what it feels like when you're able to interpret from one modality to another modality, you know.
Never thought about it that way, but that is so true. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you ready to move on to level 7?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, level 7. The merging of the chakra of the spirit, the sacrament of extreme unction, and the sephira of Keter. That's pronounced Keter?
Qatar.
Qatar. Thank you. The power created by these 3 archetypal forces transmits into our systems the sacred truth, lives in the present moment. Let me repeat that. The power created by these 3 archetypal forces transmits into our systems the sacred truth, live in the present moment. So we need to stay in the here and now to know peace.
And that is so true. That's very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was, you know, most of my life until I got to like my 40s, when I really started to study metaphysics, I always either lived in the past or lived in the future. Very, very seldom. I was only reactionary in the
Right.
present. Mhm. Yeah.
Because we are essentially spiritual creatures, our spiritual needs are as crucial to our well-being as our physical needs, maybe even more so. The spirit chakra tells us that our spirits are eternal. We are more than our physical body, a truth that can comfort us during the many closures of life that are part of the human experience. Our body's apparent relation to chronological time is only an illusion, one that our spirits are tasked with revealing. It is unnatural to our divine design to let our thoughts live for too long in the past. Such an imbalance creates time warps that interfere with our ability to live in the present and receive spiritual guidance each day. That guidance will make no sense to us if we focus only on unraveling the mysteries of yesterday. If we live fully in the present moment, the mysteries of yesterday will gradually be unraveled for us. And that is so true. Because, I mean, I've had experiences that to me didn't make any sense at the time.
Right.
But later on, something will happen or something will occur that takes me back to that moment in time that I didn't understand, that becomes the light on what's going on now. It brightens everything, you know? Our spirits are drawn instinctively to this sacred truth. From it, we can receive inspiration that lifts us into ecstasy. I've been there, done that too. We we thrive and we heal in ecstatic moments when our spirits become stronger than our body, and our bodies can respond to the commands of our spirits. That's
Yeah, I was going to say, can you read that again? Say that again.
We thrive and we heal in ecstatic moments when our spirits become stronger than our bodies, and our bodies can respond to the commands of our spirits. Wow. Yes. Wow. Yeah, that is a wow.
Yeah.
A real wow. Yeah. Remember, we're talking about the crown chakra, which is the ultimate.
And that color is violet, correct?
Violet or white.
Right, violet or white.
And yeah, in some realms they say it's white, and you'll find this true in most of the chakras. They have a secondary color, but I think with the crown chakra, neither one is second. I think they're kind of like equal. I kind of get that impression, as opposed to being a secondary chakra.
Right.
I mean, a secondary color, I should say.
Right.
The need to live in the present moment is supported by the sacrament of extreme unction. This sacrament was created to help people release their spirit prior to death. Symbolically, this sacrament recognizes our need to call back our spirit to finish our unfinished business at various points in life. The energy of the sacrament gives us the ability to release our past experiences in order not to carry the dead with us. The power and symbolism of the sacrament is therefore not limited merely to the end of life. Biologically and spiritually, we need to bring all things to closure, and we can call on this sacramental energy to help us to do so. After any painful, traumatic experience, We always receive internal guidance that can help us release the past and move on with our lives. When we choose to keep the past more alive than the present, we interfere with the flow of the life force. We distort the present because we begin to view everything happening today through the past, thereby weakening our bodies and spirits. We become diseased from carrying the dead with us for too long, rather. From the Sephira, the Keter symbol. Hold on just a second.
You want to pause? We can pause.
Yeah, you can pause.
Okay.
Okay. From the Sephira of Keter, Keter,
Qatar, I think.
Qatar,
That's how I
Qatar.
get it. Yeah.
Okay.
It
Symbolic.
might be Qatar. Might be Qatar. I don't know. Keter. It could be Keter.
I'll
Yeah.
look it up later.
Yeah.
Symbolic of our connection to the world of the infinite, we receive the knowledge there is no death. There is only life. No one has gone before us whom we will not meet again. That is a divine promise. We are meant to rest in the comfort and power of that sacred truth. We are born knowing these 7 sacred truths. Indeed, each of us essentially is a biological edition of them. We are taught variations of these truths, again as children, through our tribes, religious practices, and even if we are not consciously taught these truths, they are awakened in us automatically, in our guts, in our mind, in our sense of the natural order of life. As we mature, we come to understand the content of these truths with ever more clarity and depth. And we are increasingly able to respond to these messages, to interpret their information symbolically, and to see their archetypal messages. The truths contained in the scriptural teachings of the different religious traditions are meant to unite us, not separate us. Literal interpretations create separation, whereas symbolic interpretations, seeing the all of them, address the identical design of our spiritual natures, brings us together. As we shift our attention away from the external world and into the internal one, we learn symbolic sight. Within, we are all the same, and the spiritual challenges we face are all the same. Our eternal differences are illusory.
So that's our gift. Our what?
Differences are illusory. In other words, it's the illusory, illusory and temporary, mere physical props. The more we seek what is the same in all of us, the more our symbolic sight gains authority to direct us. Merging Hindu, Buddhist, Christian, and Jewish spiritual traditions into one system with common sacred truths constitutes a powerful system of guidance that can enhance our minds and body and show us how to manage our spirits within the world. And that last statement I found, the last statement I found very interesting. They did not include Islam. And the program that I was watching earlier on the History Channel, it was brought out that the birth, the events surrounding the conception and birth of Jesus Christ is described in the Quran, almost verbatim to the way it is in the Holy Bible, which I found to be very interesting. So, and what that tells me and what I'm learning is that we should try and find a way to enhance our likenesses and become united and try to, as Rodney King said, try to get along. You know?
Yeah. And I think that when we do, we run into people that also do.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So, you know, like does attract like.
It does. It really, really does. And I mean, sometimes we might not be aware of it. Somebody comes into our lives, either temporarily or for a period of time or forever. They, you know, we might not understand it at the moment, but as time progresses, something that was said to us or basically, usually it's something that person, that individual says to us, whether it be a stranger, an acquaintance, or a dear friend. The truth of it is revealed eventually over time.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
Yeah, and just like, you know, that's what I'm saying, you know, these last couple of days, these last, I guess all of this month of April, and we're only on day 8, but everything that we have read in April basically says to live as one. You know, that's who we live. We live as me, myself, and I. That's how I live. You know, I am filled with spirit, which makes me which makes my essence spirit. That essence absorbs and emulsifies and becomes a part of my personality. And that's the thing that is displayed. That's the thing that's shown. And the more I stay focused on that, that's all I have to do. I don't have to try to get somebody else to do that, because if I'm doing it, I am already going to be attracting others that are doing that, just simply by my doing that.
Exactly.
And not only am I attracting them, it's an invitation. It's an invitation to enjoy and to express and to be a part of this, because it is a feeling, because we're all messed up, you know, all of the, all of the numbers run together, you know.
Yeah.
We're all in that same space.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I couldn't help but think of I guess you can say overall the lessons and the message of the Course in Miracles when I read, and we shift our attention away from the essential world into the internal one. We learn symbolic sight. Within, we are all the same, and the spiritual challenges we face are all the same. And basically, that's the message of A Course in Miracles.
Everybody's teaching. Of everybody's teaching. Everybody says. Everybody says. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're very blatant with theirs, for lack of a better word to describe it. Yeah. Okay. Any other comments or?
Yeah. I think that by understanding each chakra as it is, then because some days, you know, some days you do have more energy from at one chakra than you do another chakra. Exactly. Or you need to put more energy into one chakra compared to another chakra, you know, in order for the balance to maintain. and because we're always in and out of different situations or circumstances, and it's just like the wind. 1 minute the wind is blowing easterly, and the next thing is blowing from the northeast. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
so that in itself has a different vibration. So we're always in a different environment. So, for us to we always have to be constantly, I guess, readjusting and adjusting, and just knowing how what energies are where.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
helps. Yeah.
Exactly. And I just, the more I study this, the more I get into and understand metaphysics, the more I don't know, I seem to feel more peaceful, and things that in the past would have upset me or annoyed me, it's like, okay, so what?
And I think for me, it's not secretive. In my religious studies, it was always a mystery how something happened.
Mm-hmm.
The Holy Spirit had something to do with it. God had something to do with it. Jesus had something to do with it. And not saying that they don't, but in metaphysics, it comes, I am the channel.
Exactly.
I am the channel, and I understand
Exactly.
that, this is whatever it's my lesson. So as I learn and understand it, I am more of a participant and a co-creator than, I don't know, a chess piece.
Right. To be moved at the
That's how I
whim,
feel.
to be moved at the whim of the master.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that either. Trust me. I
Exactly.
want to be in the place. I want to be in the place that I'm supposed to be at to for creation to have its to plant a seed here. I mean,
Right.
move me around the board, but I also know that here I am I am, co-creator. I'm learning just as much, and it's, I guess, it's at nobody's whim.
Right.
It's symbiotic.
It's a partnership.
It's a partnership. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a partnership where source and I, God and I, Christ and
Mm-hmm.
I am that I
Mm-hmm.
am.
Mm-hmm. We're one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're all one.
And I think that that's what all philosophies say somewhere at the at the bottom line.
Yeah,
I think all of
and
them say that.
there are so many parallels
Yeah.
from one religious philosophy to the other. But like
Mm-hmm.
you said, so many of them, they have secrets, and
Yeah.
secrets are not always good,
Yeah. Yeah.
because when you have a secret like that, what you're doing is you're trying to
Mm-hmm. And it
hide
fosters
something.
misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
fosters misunderstanding. It's just like, when you're little and your parents' bill money is on the dresser, and you just ask for a doll baby,
Mm-hmm.
for example, because it's not like, because you don't have that doll baby in your room, and they say, no, I don't have any money, but you just walked in, it's like a pound, it's like a pile of money.
Right.
They got lots and lots and lots of money. But now there's a misunderstanding, because I didn't understand that, hey, this is bill money. This feeds you and puts clothes on you, and gives you all the things you want. And it might be enough in there, to get the doll baby. But first these things have to be taken care of. And when
Right.
you are symbiotic like that, you understand that from the beginning that
Mhm.
I'm in on it.
Right,
You
right.
know?
Because
Yeah.
I used to, I remember when my boys were young, and especially with the oldest one, when I would go to the store, go grocery shopping,
Mm-hmm.
I would always take them with me. And when we go in the store, before we go in the store, I would say, I don't have too much money today. I just have enough for what we need. So don't ask for anything. And he was
Mm-hmm.
usually pretty good in complying and not, demanding. Of course, there were certain things that were on my grocery list that I couldn't even get it up to the counter before he wanted to go into it. But and then when I knew that I had sufficient amount of money and what I needed wouldn't take all the money that I had on me, I wouldn't say anything. And he would say, well, Mom, can I have this? Or I want
Mm-hmm.
that, kind of thing.
Right.
And, I would comply. But from the beginning, they were taught, there are times when, you don't have enough and you can't have that.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are
Right.
times when, and I try not to ever deny them or make them because, and this has always been a thing with me. I don't make promises if I am not sure whether I can keep them or not,
Mm-hmm.
because I always had like a guilty feeling if I promised somebody something and didn't follow through.
Mm-hmm. See, everybody don't. I know I
Mm.
don't. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, really, honestly, I really don't. I mean, if
Well,
I if I
I,
made you the promise and I did my best to do it, or if I
uh-huh.
forgot it or what anything, and I don't feel guilty about that. I'm sorry, it just didn't work out.
Well,
And
I
and, and
and
that's
I think it's because I at times I was promised something and it didn't come through, and I
mm-hmm,
know how devastated I felt. So that's why
mm-hmm,
as a
mm-hmm.
result, you know.
Yeah. And that's just the thing about keeping ourselves in balance.
Hmm.
Because like you say, you would be devastated about it. I
Right.
would not. So, so whoever is dealing with us in whatever situation is, they still have to maintain their balance.
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
same way I have to maintain my balance.
Right.
It really ultimately is our responsibility at the end. I mean,
Right.
I can only do so much for you or teach you so much or anything, but ultimately it's for us to come to that place where we want to stay in balance. We want to
Hmm.
understand and learn um, accountability and and um, and and growth,
Hmm.
through whatever, through the lesson.
Hmm.
And that's why I think that understanding and knowing chakras, where the energy is coming from, if I'm hurt because something you said or you promised didn't didn't manifest, then I know that that's in my heart,
Hmm.
so my heart is the place that needs healing,
Right.
and then I know how to put that back into balance because I understand the levels of the energies of the energy discs and how they perform.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is why this is really I think everybody should know everything about everything. Yeah, I think
you
everybody should know
you
everything about everything.
and I agree 100%. It's just that sometimes I get a little frustrated with myself because I have to struggle, and I understand that,
Hmm.
you know. It takes me a little bit longer than, and of course, I think
Then
that all has to do with time and
right.
having over a period of time. It's just like a computer. The more you put into it, the bigger the deeper you have to dig to find whatever it is you put into storage.
Did I put it in a folder or what did I save it to?
But where did I put the folder?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
All of that's very amusing. But yeah, I think that these are the things that I enjoy in life. And I'm not saying that you can't find that through whatever philosophy that you choose, because all of them has the truth. All of them has the ultimate truth. You can do one thing and find the ultimate truth there, and
right.
and so you don't have to be what is that, multidisciplinarian. You don't have to do that. You don't have to read everything or hear everything. You really don't even have to pick up a book. Spirit itself shows us and tells us who it is through us. Yeah. Yeah. If that's really what you're looking for.
Exactly.
Yeah, you will find the truth.
Yes, you will. Yes, you
and
will.
It does
and it always comes when it's supposed to.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
It comes exactly when it's supposed to, when you need it the most.
And that's just because we're aware of it now. It was there all the time.
Exactly. Exactly.
Just like the other day, I was looking for my keys, right? I'm looking for my keys. I'm looking everywhere for my keys. They're in my hand.
In your hand.
in my hand the whole time. I mean, I'm doing like this, opening things up, holding the keys. Had them the whole time. Okay. Okay, I need to.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Down.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. That's all I gotta say. All I've gotta say. Any other comments or?
Yeah, I think I'm good. I mean, I think I'm good because, like I said, this. I'm glad we're doing it this way because it gives me opportunity to explore and check it out and see what works for me. I can do it in thought. I can, I try some of the stuff sometimes, but just the way that we constantly have talks about it. And like I said, everything fits together. So I'm never outside of one,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And each one of the areas that we explore in Inner Haven, whether it's the tarot, whether it's the Kabbalah, whether it's the science of mind, I mean, somewhere there's going to be a little nugget that's going to lead you to one of the other. One area is going to lead you to something in another area. And it all connects. That's what's so beautiful about it.
Yes.
Okay. Now that we have come to the end of the comparisons or the parallel between Christianity, Judaism, and the chakras or Hinduism, because that's the origin of the philosophy of the chakra system. What we're going to do now is just deep dive into each one of the chakras one by one.
Okay.
Beginning with the root chakra. And Caroline Miss, that I have been using as kind of the basis for the information that I have conveyed in the last few lessons. She sees that first chakra, the root chakra, as tribal.
As what?
Tribal. like family,
Okay, okay.
tribal, Tribal.
Okay.
And she sees it as okay. It just well, the way she describes it, she calls it tribal power, and it connotates group identity, group force, and group will bearer. And of course, being the root chakra, it just grounds us. And to start off with, and I've gone from one source to another, and I think I have about 4, 5, 6, 7 different books, and each one of them is saying the same thing in just a little different way, but actually saying the same thing. That I kind of enjoy it and put it together, hopefully, so that we can understand it and help to balance our root chakra before we move on. And one of the things that I did early on as I began the study was I discovered that each chakra has a different vibration, and the vibration for the root chakra is 396 hertz. That's 396 hertz. The root chakra is the foundation of the physical structure of the body, creating an opening for the other 6. So if your root chakra is blocked or out of balance or whatever, it's going to kind of throw all the others out of balance. And I'm basically focusing on what are considered the major chakras, the 7 major chakras. And I'm trying to find a way to integrate the other, especially those spiritual chakras, because there's one called the Earth Star chakra, which grounds us, grounds us or connects us to the core of the earth. And I haven't gotten there yet, so I ain't ready to tell you too much about it. But I'm working on a way to show how that will help to eventually connect us to the spiritual chakras, which are those that are above the crown chakra. And the information material that I have right now just takes us to, I think it's 5 above that crown chakra.
Okay. Well, we'll get it.
Yeah.
We'll get it.
Yep, we will. And it takes time, as we are seeing with our study of the Course in Miracles.
Yes.
Because we've been doing this now for what, almost 2 years?
And we're just on chapter 2 still. Still on chapter 2.
Slow but sure wins the race. Think about the tortoise in the air. Oh, me. Okay, to begin with, when we talk about the root chakra, the Sanskrit name is Muladhara.
Right, and spell that for me.
Muladhara.
Yes, spell it.
Oh, Muladhara. Muladhara.
Okay.
Mul, M-U-L, means in Sanskrit means support, root, or base. And Adhara means lower. And of course, that's the lowest of the physical or main chakras that we'll be studying. It has other names, and among them Brahma, Mulakanda, and Adhara. The root, and when you see charts or illustrations of the chakra aligned along the spine it kind of gives you the impression that it's located at the tail bone or
Right.
around that area of the body. But
Right.
in my studies,
Mm-hmm.
I find out that is actually between the reproductive organs that are the penis in the male and the vagina in the female and the anus. So it's that area between those two parts. And which makes sense because it's right next to the ground. You know,
Right.
when you sit down, it's right next to the ground.
And that's where creation starts.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Mhm.
And the purpose of the root chakra is to rule our physical energies and drive self-preservation. In other words, to help keep us in focus, you know, protecting us, which is what the tribe does. You know,
Right.
the family, the tribe, the organizations in which you are aligned. Inner Haven is our tribe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the color for the root chakra. Any questions?
No, not right. Not right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm good right now.
Okay. The color for the root chakra is red. It's the color of the goddess Shakti, which represents the energy, movement, and awakening. And red symbolizes primal instincts of strength and vitality. And I know I've always heard that red is a symbol of power as well.
Passion,
So,
blood, life force.
it symbolizes primal instincts of strength and vitality. And it's also linked to our physical and emotional needs of survival and self-preservation. And the secondary color for the root chakra is black, which represents matter. And to me, that makes sense because rich earth is black, rich soil that is rich in nutrients that gives us, you know, what we need as far as life is concerned, is black.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Now, there are different schools of thought as far as when this begins to develop or when it develops and perhaps reaches, you know, that point where we can move on to the next one. Some say it develops when you're still in the uterus or in the womb, and it continues to develop to the age of 1 year. The 12 chakra system says that it awakens in the womb and it continues to develop during the first 6 months after birth. But at the Hindu, which is where the whole chakra system actually it begins to develop and gains its strength from birth to age 7. And there are certain glands that are associated with the root chakra. And what I'm doing with all of this is getting us to the point where we acknowledge and are able to use our inner strengths, the powers that we are given to help heal whatever might ail us. Because you find that basically, if you have a headache, you don't want to be, you're miserable all over. I mean,
you're very unproductive, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
you're gonna lay it down because I have migraines, and you know, one moment I'm just up, and the next moment, you know, I'm laying it down, you know.
Exactly, and you don't even want light.
Right,
When
exactly.
you have one of those headaches. I used to have them. I haven't had them now in a very long time, thanks to God. The adrenals, which are 2 small organs that sit atop the kidneys are often referred to as stress glands that secrete steroidal hormones, which regulate our responses to stress. And that makes sense because when you're stressed, again, you feel it all over. It affects you all over, physically, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually, because you're not calling on that. Well, when I say spirit, I mean that higher power, and you're not going to that higher power when you are extremely, or when you're in a state of agitation or really stressed out. And I mean, how often do we use that term? I'm stressed out, or I got to get my adrenaline up in order to accomplish or achieve, this, that, or the other. It's all so related, and it just, the more I look at these things, the more I appreciate and try to practice. Practice
But
what I
when
need.
we try to practice, we do practice.
Yeah.
As long as you're doing it, you're practicing it.
Right.
Yeah.
The body parts that are managed by
so it's just the adrenal glands?
Yeah, that's the gland that's associated with the root, with the root chakra. Yeah.
Okay. All righty.
The body parts that are managed. Oh, I gotta go off camera. The body parts that are managed by the root chakra, the muscles, the skeletal system, in other words, all your bones, your hip joints, the coccyx.
Okay, wait a minute. Go back again. You say
Okay.
all of your bones?
Yeah, all of your bones, the skeletal system.
Okay.
Hip joints. So in other words, the coccyx, and of course that makes sense because that's in that area of the body. I mean, the hip joints are there in that area of the root chakra. The coccyx.
How you spell that for me?
COCCXY.
XY.
Coccyx. The immune system is managed by the root, the organs of elimination, small intestine, colon, rectum, anus, your feet, your legs, and of course we already mentioned the genitals when we talked about where it's located. And to me, I found this very interesting. The predominant sense organ associated with the root chakra, or the sense, is smell. And what do we smell with? Our nose. So that's the organ that the sense organ and the sense that are associated with the root chakra. I haven't taken the time to indulge to see why it's like that, but you know me, I want to know why.
Well, I think that when you smell something, it really has an effect on your body.
Yeah. Think about smelling something that's cooking that you are looking forward to having.
Right. Like I came upstairs today and all I could smell was bleach. What happened in here? I don't know. I'm smelling bleach, but now I have to put up windows because, when an odor is too strong, it affects your system.
It does.
It makes it difficult to breathe, or it can, affect you either in a positive or a negative way. And so that your body will respond. I'm saying, of course, your mind responds too, but your body responds to it more. You know,
Mm.
a scent can kill you, you know?
Yes, it can.
Yeah.
Yes, it can. If not the scent, the origin of the scent, because I forget now. It is it carbon monoxide, and you can't even smell that.
Well, you know, that's what
But
they say.
yeah,
That's what they say. But, you know, we don't know whether we can smell it or not. You know, that's
right.
the thing, you know,
Or
we, you know, yeah.
and you're right. You're right. I just thought about that
You know, our
because
bodies are going to respond to it. Our noses, our, you know, our olfactory senses are responding to it. We just don't know how,
exactly,
you know.
exactly. And it being a gas, it gets inside the body and
It's inside the
does
body, yeah.
whatever it does to cause us to expire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, the predominant action organ are the feet.
Action.
The action organ.
Okay.
Now, and that's the feet. Now, to me, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go back a second and ask you a question. Do you or can you think of any reason why the nose, which is between the third eye and the throat, the fourth, the fifth and sixth chakras would be associated with the root chakra? I'm just asking. Because
yeah, that's really interesting point, Harriott, because we know what scents do. You know, like, you know, I can, like I said, I smell bleach, you know, but bleach, you know, ultimately is a pleasant smell for me because my grandmother always smelled like bleach and she was so loving and kind.
Right.
Bleach doesn't have a negative, you know, feeling for me.
Okay.
So maybe if your that you know your olfactory senses are so connected to your bodily response, it is going to create something. Because I can smell something and go eat up a pound cake, you know, because I smell lemon, you know, or I smell orange, or I smell, you know, something sweet. And then there's something sweet in the house, at my house, where I smell something sweet at the store. And now that's going to affect my physical body because my physical body is not letting go the scent that it smelled. You know what? It's holding on to it.
Right. And you know, I'm going to analyze what you just said.
Okay.
And it's more personal
Yes.
for you. No, it's more
Lomax, please.
more personal for you than it is for me. Because when you said you don't find now, to me, the smell of bleach gets me to sneezing and going on. So in a sense, I think I might be allergic to the smell of bleach. But to you, you said that you don't find it offensive. You find it pleasant because it reminds you of your grandmother. And what did I say in the beginning? That the root chakra is it gives us tribal power. And what's what is part of that tribe? Your family.
Our family, yeah.
Wow. Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Okay. The vital breath for the root chakra is apana, and it's one of the five what they call life forces or breaths. I think there's another word for it, but prana is the Hindu word that it's used. So it's prana. Ooh, look at the pen. Okay. But anyway, and apana, yeah, I guess that's how it's pronounced, is associated with elimination. It governs exhalation, digestion, and menstruation. So it's one of those, it's an exhale, in other words. And of course, it does say that it governs the exhale. The diseases that are related to an unbalanced or an out of a slow, well, shall we say a blocked or unbalanced root chakra, obesity and eating disorders, hemorrhoids, constipation, sciatica, chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia, knee, foot, and leg problems, including varicose veins, arthritis, skin problems and disorders of the bones and teeth, disorders of the bowels, anus, and large intestine, problems with the base of the spine, addictions such as alcoholism, gambling, and drug abuse, sexual dysfunctions, reproductive issues, and blood deficiency. All are diseases that kind of signal that there is an imbalance or blockage as far as the root chakra is concerned. Any comments or questions there?
I was muted.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do and I don't know if I'm jumping ahead. How do you balance? You just focus on one at a time, focus on whatever the system system is. How do you put that that chakra back into balance?
Well, there are many ways of doing it, and you are, as you said, you are jumping ahead.
Okay.
Well, but but there are many certain yoga poses will help. Certain crystals will help. Certain aromas will help. And then of course certain treatments like Reiki, and from my understanding, from what I have been able to decipher so far, usually Reiki healers will begin with the root chakra when a client comes to them for a healing. And so there are all different ways. The associated archetypes, the positive is the mother, maternal instinct, maternal sympathy, or feminine authority. And of course, the negative archetype is seeing yourself as a victim. Comments or questions there?
Yeah. Okay.
Deficiencies that are revealed in our character personalities or in our demeanor. We lack confidence, not grounded in reality. We feel weak physically, mentally, and emotionally. We don't feel like we can achieve our goals. We sometimes become self-destructive. Might be feeling unloved, or abandoned.
Mhm.
There's a feeling of lethargy, depression, panic attacks, anxiety, and digestive disorders.
Mhm.
That's when the that disc is going too slow. That's
Mhm.
that's how it affects us. On the other hand, when it's going too fast, we
Mhm.
go we're egoistic, domineering, greedy, addicted to wealth, indiscriminate use of sexual energy, and
Mhm.
nervous sexual energy. So, any comments, questions there?
No, all of that makes sense because all of this has to do with our bodies and how we are cleansing our temples.
Mm-hmm.
These
Mm-hmm.
are these are aspects of your temples that you might have to rebuild or renew or toss out and get new parts or really learn how to keep them cleansed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we can't get so caught up in our beauty of now what our physical bodies look like that we forget that these are containers.
Mm-hmm.
They're containers for our spiritual being, and we are supposed to be in union with that, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I can see that,
Yeah.
and that's one of
And
the things when you look at, and I beg your pardon, but I'm just gonna finish up. When you look at how we are, our society, especially like in the 70s and the 80s, was so dedicated to physical fitness and what our
mm-hmm.
bodies look like. And now that our bodies look a certain way, now we're, now here we are now, still now we're trying to damper down what our bodies look like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're offended by the sight of bodies now. So, and we want to control people's bodies and all of these things, but yet, a generation ago, that was the hot ticket. But if you do
Exactly.
that if you do that without love and without accountability and responsibility and knowledge that I'm making my body beautiful and productive and healthy so that spirit itself can live out that experience,
Mm-hmm.
in whatever source it needs. That was just
Exactly.
in my soapbox.
Huh?
Just to let you know, it's 3:30. Did you want to
Oh,
see videos?
um, um, I wanted to kind of close out with those.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Um, because there's still a lot that we need to explore, and I don't see us finishing up, with the root today,
Mm-hmm.
because I kind of think anyway. Um, the next item on the agenda, on the agenda, um, when the first chakra is balanced, that is, everything is going the way it should.
Mm-hmm.
No blockage, no problem, no anything. We are centered, we're grounded, we're healthy, fully alive with unlimited physical energy, and we're able to manifest abundance, and we're master of ourselves. So, in other words, kind of sounds like the life of the party to me.
Mm-hmm.
That person that you want to be around that radiates positivity.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Um, and and in the beginning, we established that when the root chakra is open, there's even though the others might be blocked, it's much easier to unblock them, to correct them, or correct whatever is thing, because what's going on there is all of that energy is coming up from the core of the earth. And in my studies, they talk about a silver cord that reaches down from the spirit above to the earth below. And you should also see that silver cord coming from beneath and, up through our bodies and going up to source or that higher power. It's all, I just love it. I just love it.
Yeah.
There are a couple of other little items that I wanted to touch on before we get into the healing, the actual healing part of it. And one of them, the Earth, the planet Earth is a planet that is associated with the root chakra. And the deities that are associated with the root chakra, Kali Ma. And I think when I look at the because not all of these are listed as being goddesses of the root chakra. And they talk about Kali Ma, Durga, and I'm not sure what society that is, but Kali Ma, I kind of think is Hawaiian or from that part of the world.
How you spell it then?
Kali, one word, Ma.
Right, I thought that would be Kali.
Yeah.
Kali?
But, it is. One source says just uses Kali, and the other source just uses says Kali.
Hindu goddess.
Yeah.
Hindu goddess. Yeah, Kali. Okay.
Yeah.
That's who I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, yeah. Osiris. And I think this is probably from the Native Americans, because it says white buffalo woman. And I didn't delve into the different goddesses to learn more about them, which I will do eventually. But I was trying to get some basics together for a presentation today. And what? Now you were asking about healing.
Yes.
Oh, another goddess that I ran across too. Another goddess that I ran into is I guess it's pronounced Pele, P-E-L-E.
Go in your room with that. Go in your room. Thank you.
But the gemstones that they seem to they associate with the root chakra, that they encourage you to take with you or to keep on your person for keeping the root chakra or the muladhara balanced and healthy. Black tourmaline, jet, onyx, red aventurine, and red jasper. And I love jasper.
Okay, black tourmaline, jet.
Yeah.
Jet.
Yeah.
Red jasper and
red aventurine or aventurine, and onyx, which makes sense because we're looking at red and black stones. And you remember the secondary color is black.
Okay.
And the essential oils and herbs for helping to balance the root chakra: allspice, Angelica, Angelica.
Mhm.
I'm not familiar with that one. Are you?
Yes.
Okay. Berta, Cayenne, Cedarwood, Clove.
Cedar. You said cedar.
Yeah, Cedarwood,
Okay.
Clove,
Mhm.
Dandelion,
Mhm.
nutmeg,
Mhm.
paprika, and rosemary.
Mhm. Yeah, Angelica is a flower. You know what the Queen Anne's lace, you know what that looked like?
Yeah, I know what that looks like.
Angelica
Oh, so,
kind of looks like that.
oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause I, I can't say that I, am familiar with that particular one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and also to
Most of
help.
these are warming spices. Most of these are, um, they really have to do with your, like burdock has to do with your sexual organs.
Mm-hmm,
Rosemary is really like excellent for skin and hair and nails, and dandelions, that's good for clove. All of those
mm-hmm.
things are, good for keeping the body like hot,
Right.
circulation, what circular, what, you know,
The circulatory system or the,
circulatory system, yeah.
yeah. And, kind of a little aside, I got some, I was in the store the other day and they had, every once in a while, I like Cheetos and yeah, Cheetos.
Mm-hmm.
Those are things with the like cheese sticks or something.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I like them every once in a while, and I saw this thing on the rack at the checkout counter, going through the line to check out,
Mm-hmm.
and they had these Cheetos. They weren't regular Cheetos, but they were Cheetos,
Right.
but they were baked. It was supposed to have 50% less fat, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's all I saw.
Mm-hmm.
50% less fat, and they were baked.
Mm-hmm.
So I grabbed a bag and put it in. It was just a snack size bag. Put
Mm-hmm.
it in the thing, put it in my cart. And when I got home and opened it up, and like I said, all I saw was 50% less fat and baked.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I saw. I did not see it said flaming hot.
Oh wow.
So
Mm-hmm.
so I eat about 2 or 3 at a time. I offered them to my son. He said no. He
No,
did. He
thank
had a couple of them, but he said no.
you.
And when I go to the bathroom, I feel it.
Right, I know.
Oh man. Hmm. Well, that's just too much information. Yes.
Yeah, sometimes. Too late sometimes, but I know how it is,
Yep.
Sometimes you gotta tell it.
Right. Oh man. But anyway, what I want to do now is give you some affirmations
Okay.
to help in the healing process. And before I give you those affirmations, maybe I'll write it down because I wrote them down somewhere. But they are yoga poses that also are good for healing the. I wrote them down somewhere, but I can't find them right now. But I do remember the corpse pose was one,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the camel, isn't that the one where you stand with the camel pose? Isn't that
Kind
the
of like
one?
when you're on your knees and you reach back behind you and you grab your knees. So you
Oh, okay.
kind of like
Oh, okay. Um, oh, I know what the other one was that I remember that I was familiar with is the sun salutation.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah, two of the poses that will help to heal or help with healing or unblocking
Mm-hmm.
the root chakra.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I can't find the paper where I had written them down, but those two I do remember because I'm familiar with them.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because if I don't do anything, if when I don't do yoga anymore, but when I was doing it, if I didn't do anything else, I made sure I did the sun salutation.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Um, oh, that's what I was getting ready to do. Give the affirmations
Mm-hmm.
for healing, for helping to heal the root chakra. I am healthy and vibrant.
I am healthy and vibrant.
I am deeply and safely connected to my body and the earth.
I'm deeply and safely.
Yes, connected to my body and the earth.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the ground firmly beneath my feet. I honor the temple of my body with deep care and reverence.
With
I
care
am,
and deep reverence.
yes, I am open to life's opportunities. I am committed to fulfilling my life's purpose. Okay, and what I would like to do now is a screen share to do a brief meditation, a 5-minute meditation. Um, Using, oh, and I forgot to mention the mantra for the root chakra is LAM. And we're going to do a 5-minute meditation, just chanting the root chakra mantra. But
And you said
before
LOM, L-O-M?
LAM, LAM.
L-A-M.
Mhm.
Okay.
And before we do that, what I want to do is share the mudra that we should take when we pose for the meditation, just briefly. And I'm hoping you can see it. Hmm. Wait, did I do something wrong?
Not that I know of. Well, you
Oh,
can't
I
go
guess I have to hit play, huh?
well,
We have the mudra for the root chakra, Muladhara mudra.
Can you
So
hear it?
bring your palms
just
beneath
barely, but
your pinky fingers and ring fingers and hook them together. Then touch the tips of your middle fingers together. And then you're going to create circles, interlocking circles with index fingers and thumbs so that they create that little lock. And there you have Muladhara mudra. So you can add this to
make an index finger. What?
to
Circles index finger.
yoga practice or
Let me
Okay,
see.
the
run,
index finger and the
gentle
thumb.
breaths, and repeat
Okay.
the grounded, I am safe, I am stable, I am supported. And if you want to add a mantra along with that, you can chant Lam.
That made my eyes hurt.
And chant that as many times as you'd like. And that's all connected to the root chakra, Muladhara. Enjoy.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
So is it this? Does it look like this?
Wait a minute.
Is that what she meant? Interlocking your thumb and your
No, start off. Wait, you want to play it again?
I mean you can.
This week we have the mudra for the root chakra, Muladhara mudra. So bring your palms so that they're facing each other and just bend your pinky fingers and ring fingers and hook them together. Then touch the tips of your middle fingers together. And then you're going to create circles, interlocking circles with index fingers and thumbs so that they lock. And there you have Muladhara mudra. So you can add this to your meditation practice or to a yoga practice, or just take a couple of breaths and repeat the statement, I am grounded, I am safe, I am stable, I am supported. And if you want to add a mantra along with that, you can chant Lam, L-A-M, and chant that as many times as you'd like. And that's all connected to the root chakra, Muladhara. Enjoy.
Okay. Oh, okay. Now. No.
If you thought about starting an Amazon business, but you don't have.
Right. Let's see. Give me a sec. Okay. Ooh. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to make sure I was able to pull it up. And I see what you mean when you say you can't see it. We're going to do a 5-minute meditation, just vibrating that Lam mantra to help heal or help clear or heal or balance our root chakras. Oh, wait, let me get my timer. My whatchamacallit is slow today for whatever reason. Okay, there we go. Okay, 5 minutes. Ready?
Go.
Okay, let's go. Hmm.
That's 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that went by quick. First, I was having a hard time just keeping my stop yawning. And I think it had something to do with me interlocking my fingers.
Uh,
I wasn't yawning at first, but I could not stop yawning.
oh, wow.
I guess so I guess it's just like, I just needed more oxygen in my body. And then I had
You
to,
got it.
yeah, then I got interrupted and I had to remember how to do it
To
again.
do it, yeah.
Uh-huh. But wow, that was super cool.
Yeah. So that's it for today. I will turn everything back to you.
Oh wow, well this was a super cool presentation and yeah, you said we got at least one more thing on root chakra.
There's
Oh,
some
was
more
that it?
information. No, there's some more information with the route that I want to explore. For the next time. It'll be very brief, maybe about 15 minutes. because I want to get started on the next chakra.
Okay, well,
Because
no,
I want to devote one full session to each one of the chakras.
right.
Um,
Well, this is a really good session. So I will say, we can do our roundtable real quick. So this is something that, I've thought about the chakras and read about them, but and just I guess if I did anything with the chakras, it wasn't as in depth as this.
mhm.
Um and I haven't really focused or concentrated on mudras before, just because, they just felt weird to me, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
They always just kind of felt weird to me. But if you're it's good to have an immersive experience in
Mhm.
something so that you can get the full benefit of it. So yeah, this is one of the things that I think that I would like to at least practice right now, because I am doing some meditations, but I really haven't been focusing predominantly on the chakras. I will, like incorporate chakra
Right,
to something else. But this
right.
one, but now I think that I have I guess a deeper understanding of what it's for. And I can see that, just doing the root chakra right now is really what my body needs. Really just what my body needs. So
And
I
the
will be applying this to my life, in other words.
good, very good.
Mhm.
Because we want to be around for a long time, and the only way we can be around for a long time is to take care of this vessel that
Yeah.
that the spirit has been placed into. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what about you? What's your round table for today?
Um, to me, I found it enlightening, and it was fun just doing the research and getting everything together and figuring out how I'm gonna present it and all. But just I was fascinated by what was revealed to me when you told that story about the bleach and your grandmother. Yeah, that was, I mean, to me, it was, I didn't even know how to describe it, but it was great.
Well, it connected. It really connected. And I know
Mhm.
this is your round table, but it did. It connected because you were trying to figure out why was the nose and the smelling sense so connected to the root chakra.
Mhm.
But and when I told you the story of my grandmother, still wasn't connecting it in any type of tribal sense. I was
Right,
just
right,
telling you, I was just telling you the story.
right, right.
So yeah.
So basically, through that, I learned how the nose, even though it's located
Right.
between the fifth and sixth chakra,
Mm-hmm.
is the sensory
Yeah.
thing for the root chakra. It just made,
Mm-hmm.
it
Mm-hmm.
helped me to make sense of it, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. And you helped me to make sense of it, because that was really uh the perfect
It
the
was.
perfect way to explain it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
Yeah.
And thank you for that.
Yeah.
And
Well, go ahead.
no, I was just going to say, and I'm going to keep, you know, I'm learning how to be more attentive in the here and now is
Mm-hmm.
what I that I think is a biggie for me today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, living in this present moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you. Thank you. That was really great. And I did get a lot out of this session. I thought it was a really good session. And And now I'm understanding how to heal more using the chakras.
Mhm.
You know, one of the things I've always meant to ask you is, I know the discs are turning, right?
Right.
Revolving? Are they like turning like this? Are they revolving like that? How did the discs themselves move?
From all that I have seen, and I probably should do some more internet research, but from the still photos that I've seen, you know, in books and everything, they're flat and they are spinning like much like a what's that thing they throw? You know, that thing you throw, that round thing.
A frisbee?
Yeah, like a
Okay.
frisbee, and they spin in, you know, like a frisbee, and they can go in either clockwise or counterclockwise direction.
Oh, so you fling them? They're flung?
No, no, no,
Energy
no,
is flung?
no. I was just saying they would spin flat like the frisbee, as opposed to you know, they're horizontal as opposed to being vertical, is what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and like I said, they're horizontal, and they can spin either in a clockwise or a counterclockwise direction. And I remember seeing that, but I don't recall if they you know, if today they can be clockwise, tomorrow they can be counterclockwise, and what you can do to determine their direction. You're on mute.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was hearing some strange sounds and didn't know what that was. And
Oh.
always got to check. Always got to check on the strange sound. But yeah, but this has been a really great session, and it is something that I could incorporate in my life. And I would like to. It would be great to do the meditation and the mudras. Yeah, that's, you know, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because look, since I stopped doing it, I have not been yawning. I'm telling you, I could not stop yawning. As soon as I did the mooch, I could look. I mean, look, I'm feeling really. This is making me want to yawn.
Maybe that's what it's supposed to do.
Type of effect, huh?
Yeah.
This has an effect on my body.
I did a certificate. I don't know if I completed the whole thing or not, but I started a certificate course on meditation on Udemy. And I really need to get back to it, you know, because I do those courses, I download them, and I say, you know, I'm going to go back and do, and, you know, review them, because I like to go over them, you know, a time or two until I feel like, you know, and I just keep them for references.
Well, that's the good thing, is that we can always go back, and, you know, I do believe in repetition.
Yes.
I do believe in repetition. But anyway, tomorrow we have tarot, and we'll be working with and this is just a review. It's going to be like a review, but I'm incorporating the minor arcane along with the major arcane.
Okay. So we're going to be reviewing what?
We're going to be reviewing
the ones that we've already done.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah, the Fool, the ones and the twos.
Oh, okay. So the Fool, the High Priestess,
the High Priestess,
and the Empress. Magician. Oh, the Magician. Yeah, that's right. The Fool, the Magician, and the High Priest.
And the High Priestess.
Okay.
And we'll be doing the Aces and the Twos.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
We'll see how we get through them. But you know, they you know, they're not there. when we group them together like that, they're not difficult to
Right.
know.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And let's
And
see.
don't forget.
Well, also on the 20, we won't be meeting on the 15th of Saturday. We won't be meeting next Saturday. We'll meet the following Saturday, which is the 22nd. And on the 22nd, we'll have the hip hop Hierophant come in.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, on the 22nd.
I'm looking forward to that one.
I'm looking forward to that one too, because she's going to be talking about, her name is Joy Trammell. Tremuel, Joy Tremuel. And she is going to be having a discussion on astral travel.
Ooh.
Astral travel, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be good. And let's see, on Wednesdays from 5 to 6:30, we have A Course in Miracles. Thursday mornings from 11 to 11:30, 12 o'clock. We always play that kind of sort of by ear. It's I Am with Forrest Daniel. And that's it for us today.
Great.
That's
And
it.
don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on our YouTube page.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. And hopefully I can, I got to go back and correct that, because I don't know. I thought I did it right and I didn't do it right. So
Oh, okay.
that's how life goes.
Well, sometimes you think you do one thing and you're doing something else for whatever reason.
Well, the thing is that this is one of the things I love about having this spiritual life, because my growth does not have to look like anyone else's perfection.
Exactly.
I don't have to go by the status quo of what perfection looks like, because that perfection actually looks like someone else's aspect or sense of perfection.
Exactly.
It's not really our own. And a lot of
Penny's perfection is not Harriott's perfection.
right. And the thing is that a lot of times, people, think things are edited. Things are, they are not put out in the raw like ours.
Right.
Y'all,
right. Yep.
y'all are getting all of us. So
that's right.
Thank you for anyone who continues to watch and subscribe and like and comment, like Harriott says, through our growth in understanding and all of these buttons that we got to be pushing all the time.
And hope we don't push the wrong button. And
You're right.
Okay.
And if we do, we'll just start pushing buttons again.
That's right. Oh.
Excuse me. Okay. Did you want me to close out in prayer? I can.
Thank you. Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Eternal Source. There is only one infinite source, and that source is all of our glory and grandeur and majesty, and all things good is that source. That source lives in us as us. And as we appreciate the source itself, we can begin to appreciate ourselves. And the more we appreciate ourselves, and we will love ourselves as we love the source, because we allow the essence of the source to be expressed and displayed in our thoughts and our actions. We are in complete and perfect alignment, not only with source, not only with our sense of being, but also with every other living person, plant, and animal on this planet. With that, we release a sensation of love, mercy, and grace. We release a sensation of peace, harmony, and perfection. And with that, we have so much gratitude. We're just so thankful for that, for everyone who came in today and who is going to continue on exploring how to be healthy with you by using the chakras. We want to express our gratitude for Harriott and her and her willingness that this is a modality that she's not only interested in but practices and has revived in her life. So we just want to we are just so grateful for this particular point in time where we are right now, where we are establishing, affirming, and accepting this perfection in our physical being. And with that we say, and so it is.
And so it is.
And so it is. Well, I'll see y'all tomorrow at 2 for tarot.
Bye all. Bye all.
Bye. Love you.
Love you. See you tomorrow.
Okay, bye.